Hey everybody, Christopher Huntley here from teachingrevolution.com, and shout out to everybody in the 10K Club. Actually, today's video is a situation that happened in the 10K Club recently. You see, we have these weekly office hours calls, and it's a time for me to answer questions and help people who are building their 10K business. And when they come on the call, or when you come on a call with me, I expect that you have some kind of goal you want to achieve. There's some kind of roadblock or barrier and you need some help climbing over that. That's what I'm imagining, right? But sometimes I get on calls with people and they just say, oh, I don't have any questions. I'm just here to listen. And that's not cool because how are you going to get the information that you need? Just hope that it's mentioned along the way. So you need to share some of your details to understand how you can best implement the system for you, right? If you're having trouble doing something, then you have to at least tell us what's happening. And so I'm saying all of this just because I want to point out this very important thing. If you have no questions about your business, if everything is just going smoothly and you have absolutely no questions, like that never happens, first of all, right? Because if everything is going smoothly, then you want to grow. If you're growing, you want to grow more. There's always a question. There's always what's next. And so when I'm encountered with this situation where I'm on a call with someone, they're asking me to be on calls for their help, right? To help them implement this system and grow their business. And so if we get on a call and they say they have no questions, well, then I'm going to start asking some uncomfortable questions. And those uncomfortable questions are things that you don't have to necessarily have me around to ask. You can ask them to yourself. And the first question that I said was, well, okay, if you have no questions, how many customers did you get in the last week? So let's get down to the numbers, right? If everything is so good, no questions, how many customers in the last week? You should ask yourself that right now. If you're watching this video, then you need to ask yourself that question. How many customers did you get in the last week? If the answer is 0, or if the answer is less than 10, in different cases, it's a different number, but if it's a low number or if it's 0, then the next question to ask is, well, how many leads did you get in the last 7 days? How many leads in the last week? Answer that question for yourself right now too. It might make you feel a little uncomfortable if those numbers are low because you need to do something about that, right? You need to have more leads to get more customers. You need to have more customers to keep this business going. Answering those uncomfortable questions are going to bring up questions that you need to ask, right? They're going to bring up the things that you need to focus on so that you can move forward, make progress, and really get this system working for you. And so if you have questions about how to grow your business or what you need to do each step of the way, then you either need to learn everything that you can, right? That's maybe why you're watching YouTube right now, maybe why you're reading books like me, maybe you're already building a course, maybe you're already running ads, maybe you're already doing some content marketing, right? So there's a lot of steps you may have taken. Maybe you're already doing cold outreach and getting in front of people. There are a lot of steps, and that's why sometimes you need help. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Along my path, I found help from different people, from books, from videos, from courses, from mentors, from trainings, from conferences, masterminds, all kinds of words that have been used to describe the information and the know-how that I needed in order to do it myself. And once I learned that, it clicked. I put it into the 10K system to make it very easy for others to follow, but also to make it easy for myself to follow. And that's why I was able to build multiple businesses from scratch. And I'm confident that I can continue to do that. Right now, this system is really the easiest thing that's out there. And that's why I'm super excited to help people with it and to show them how to implement it in their business, and especially to show them that they can focus on this model alone and they can build a really big business for them. You know, you don't have to change models along the way. That's the beauty of doing it this way. The same model works when you're trying to reach 10K a month, and the same model works when you're reaching 10K a week, and the same one for 10K a day. And that's something that most models fail to do. And so that's why if you're looking for answers, you have a lot of resources, right? You can comment under a video like this one and you can say, hey, you mentioned this, but I'm not completely clear on how that works. Could you let me know, right? You can comment something like that. You can go over to our website. You can send us an email. You can get the book, the 10K Club book. The link is probably under this video. You can do a lot of things and it will give you steps on how to move forward with your business. But the long-term vision that you have, that's the most important thing to hold on to, and making sure that you're in the right market. So those are some of the things that we take care of from the beginning. But right now, if you're thinking about, why is my business not growing? If you're thinking about, I know all the information, but I'm still not able to use it. If you're in that situation where it's like, more information isn't going to help me. If that's how you feel right now, I've been through that stage a lot of times. So I completely understand. And if that's where you are right now, then sometimes it's better to just skip the information and get someone to do it for you, or get someone to, personally show you each step of the way, how it applies to what you're doing, and kind of say, here, do this, here's an example, do this, here's an example, right? That can be another better way to get help from someone. I'm really telling you all of this information, not just to tell you about the 10K Club book and all of that, but because there is really a system, a piece of this system, this 10K system called modes of delivery. And most people don't know about this. And in the book, we go into it. But just real quickly, modes of delivery are basically how you give someone help. I was just describing the situation where maybe you're the type of person who doesn't need a bunch of information right now. Maybe you just need someone hands-on helping. Or maybe you just need someone to come in and do it for you and you're completely hands-off. So those are different formats, different ways that value is exchanged, that information is delivered and implemented. And so those are different modes of delivery. If I say, here's a book, read the book, get the information from the book, do what's in the book, you can do all of that, right? You can do that. You can use the book and all the information about the system is in there. You can take it and start implementing it. But some people don't think that that's how they want help, right? They don't want to have to read through the book, have to reinterpret it themselves, and then have to produce it all themselves. Instead, they'd like someone to make it go faster for them. And that's a different mode of delivery. So we have one mode. The book is included in this mode, right? This mode is content focused. It's content based. And then there are other modes, right? You could have a community based mode of delivery. So in a community offer, you're typically going to have some kind of passive space where people can interact and you can provide value. And every time you provide value, it expands to everyone who's in that space, right? So this is a community type of delivery. Now, again, there are people who don't want to do that. They don't want to be interacting and having this, back and forth question and answer in front of everyone else. They don't want to do that because even though it's private, just the people who joined, it's kind of public because there's a lot of people. So sometimes people don't really want to get into the details of their business in that way, or for whatever other reason, they don't want to have another community to check. It feels like social media, whatever the reason, right? So some people don't like that mode of delivery. Other people love it. They say, yeah, the interaction, seeing what other people are asking, the questions they're asking, it makes me think of which questions I should be asking. Some people love that mode of delivery. But other people say, no, I want something very personal. I want to be able to directly contact you. I want to have calls where you're hands-on and looking at what I'm doing. So in that mode of delivery, it's more focused on consulting or coaching, right? And so there are different modes that you can use to deliver basically the same information, but implemented in different ways or at different levels. And beyond that, there's also another mode of delivery where you work on a collaborative service. So you collaborate with them, meaning that you're doing the work for them. This is done for you, and it's a service that you deliver and you offer to them. So in this mode of delivery, they are hands-off. They're basically just telling you, here's what we need you to do. We're doing all of our part. You need to do this part, and you deliver that service regularly. There are a lot of different formats or modes that you could use. Really, the possibilities are endless, right? You could do phone calls. You could deliver value by email. You can do it any way that you want, right? You could have in-person meetups. All of this is to say that there are a lot of ways to build your business, and that's why having someone to help you along the way is really important. And that's exactly what the 10K Club book will give you. It gives you all of the steps, the complete system, and now you can take it and implement it yourself. It only takes 73 minutes to read this book. Get your copy today, and I will see you in the 10K Club community.